Hey VC, how's it going? This is Josiah from Scorpion 89 199. I got inspired to do a video. I know it's been a long time since I have, by a VC member, Garner, from HIOctane Reviews. He mostly talks about early rock and roll, garage rock, surf rock, blues, and rhythm and blues. All stuff that I thoroughly enjoy and that I collect a lot of. He did a video about rockabilly. For anybody that doesn't know what rockabilly is, anybody who maybe isn't into music that's of that vintage, it's any early music with usually guitar and saxophone, usually sang by hillbillies. It's rock and roll played by hillbillies basically. There were rockabilly acts from Rhode Island and from different parts of New England and New York and other such places, but the majority of rockabilly was released between the mid 50's and the early 60's, cutting it off right about the time that surf rock and then the British invasion happened a few years after that. So about 1961, maybe 1962. But as you'll see in this short video I'm gonna make, I'm gonna try to keep it down. There are private pressed rockabilly, or things that you could consider rockabilly, for all the way into the mid to late 60's, and then of course there's reissues or demos that have been issued in the 70's and the 80's. Anyway, I just wanted to share a few things with you today. First off, this is my first rockabilly single I ever bought. I had to dig through about 300 or 400 45s. Here in Central Kentucky, there's these stores called peddlers malls. They're like big antique malls. I don't know if they have those in other states, but yeah, here in Kentucky they do. Shake Baby Shake by Jesse Lee Turner. Make sure I got the name right. And this is from 1959 on Carlton. I looked through so many 45s and I can't believe this is the first 45 of this style of music that I actually found. And I believe that was sometime in 2018. So without further ado, Rock Baby Rock, or Shake Baby Shake by Jesse Lee Turner. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just going to play a little sample of each one of these. Wrong speed.
Shake a baby, shake before this dance is through. Well, shake a baby, shake. I just love to dance with you. Shake a baby, shake. I just love your carrying on. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, when you dance across the wall. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Until you can't dance no more. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. I just love your carrying on. You bop around, all around. You shake and you shimmy just like a clown. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. I just love your carrying on.
As you can see, there's a lot of twangy guitars, one of my favorite things. As I get older, I want more raw music. I don't know what it is. I still enjoy production. I enjoy 80's music, although I know a lot of people in the VC don't necessarily like 80's music. But I really do enjoy a lot of this early music. moving on. And there are 6 singles that I'm going to play for you today, all ranging from the mid-50s to the mid-60s. On to the next one. This is a artist who I only found out about last year, thanks to Discogs. Joe Huggins on the Robbins label from Goodlettsville, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. There were a lot of record labels that were in Nashville, Goodlettsville, all over Tennessee, but especially Memphis and Nashville and right outside of Nashville. So this is from 1958. It's Where'd You Stay Last Night? Oh.
Well, you're coming this morning and the sun is shining bright. I go red and your hair was aside. And where'd you stay last night? Who's holding you tight? Ain't no loving. Where'd you stay last night? If called you up on the telephone, told me now, baby, that you'd be at home. And where'd you stay last night? Who's holding you tight? Ain't had no loving. Where'd you stay last night?
Again from 1958, Joe Huggins, Where Did You Stay Last Night? Sorry, I'm still new at making these videos. And originally released on Decca in, I believe, 1957. Then reissued and issued on this Robbins. And sorry about that, guys. You've got temporary recording difficulties. Next up, one I just got, and I'm so excited. I got this from, from North Carolina. I just got this in the mail today, actually. This is a holy grail of mine, and the only one they were selling on Discogs. So, one really important tip for any VC member or future VC member that's newer at this, especially with 45s, especially because a lot of times some of these songs were exclusive and they were never put on the original album or even the compilations. You have to strike when the iron's hot. I don't know when this would have been for sale again, and I paid less than $50 for it. So that's a good deal. Please, Please, Kimball, Coburn, on the High label, backed with Teenage Love. Now this, I don't know much about Kimball Coburn, but he was a rockabilly artist in the the mid-50s. And I think he did some soul and some country later into the 60s. And this is kind of a doo-wop thing, kind of like the early Elvis RCA. But it's most definitely rockabilly.
Please, please.
Let me see if I can clean that, guys. I don't know. It is only very good, so we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a little scratchy. Because this is not the best condition.
Please, please, little girl. Please, please, little girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Please, please, little girl. Please, please, little girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I wanna marry you. All that's true, and you'll always be the one for me. You're so sweet, hard to beat. Can't you see you're for me? Don't you know I love you so? Please, please, little girl. Oh, I love you so. Please, please, little girl. Never let you go. Never let you go. I love you so. I want you to know. I wanna marry you and find the love is true, and you'll always be the one for me. You're so sweet, you're hard to breathe. Can't you see you're for me? Don't you know I love you so? Please, please.
So that's Please, Please, Little Girl by Kimball Coburn. And as you can hear, it's not the best condition in the world, but that's the only one that was for sale. Hopefully, if I clean it a little bit more, we can fix that. But I'm happy to have it in my collection because it's, I don't know if I'd call it rare, but it never pops up. Next up, I got another discount purchase. And I actually got that, the last record I actually got in the mail today, actually. Next up is on the Star X label, which is from Detroit, from about, I think, 1960, is Johnny Frasier and the Royal Airs, Rock with Mambo, backed with It. And I think I'm going to play a little bit of both because it is a really cool instrumental on the flip side.
She said, hey, come on, baby. I got a little gal, she's really sweet. I got a real cute smile, got a real petite. She got a big brown eyes and all the hair. She said, hey, come on, baby. Don't be square, let's rock with the mambo, rock with the mambo. Everybody's rocking with the mambo, baby, baby. Come on, let's go to that rockin' beat that they call a mambo, where the gang's all here and waiting to move. So come on, honey, make it smooth. Let's rock with the mambo, rock with the mambo. Everybody's rocking with the mambo.
Rock with the Mambo by Johnny Frasier and the Royal Airs from 60. Now we're going to play the B-side, which is called It by the same group. This would be a good one to play for Halloween. Again, It by The Royal Airs, featuring Johnny Frasier on Star X. Really cool label. There's only 2 things I really want on this label, and this is definitely one of them. So, on to the second to last record. This is a rare treat, guys. This is a rare treat. I don't think many people know this. This is a local record. Local, about an hour away, is an area called Berea. I'm having trouble. Area called Berea. And outside of there, in Madison County, outside of Madison County, is Rockcastle County. And this is Rockcastle Records. They did about 5 or 6 releases on this. Even though this was pressed in Nashville, it was recorded in Renfro Valley, which is similar to the, similar to the Grand Ole Opry, except it's all country artists. It's all Kentucky country artists and bluegrass artists and really any other early music from that time period. Loretta Lynn, Flatten. I don't know about Flatten Scruggs. Let's see. I believe Bill Monroe was from Kentucky. Type it in the comments if you know. And of course, this guy, his name is Pete Stamper. And he only wrote a handful of songs, 2 or 3 to be exact. And he was a DJ. I believe he's still alive. Last I checked, he's still alive. Lives in that area. He was a DJ for many years. And he was a comedian too. And he recorded this, which is, I would almost say, a precursor or maybe a direct inspiration to Johnny Cash's One Piece at a Time, which came out in the late 60s or early 70s on the Columbia label. But this is Chever, Kaiser, Oldsmalack, a Stuber, Linker Baker.
Flipping off 80 in a 30-mile zone. I asked the police
We'll get a little bit of that piano. And again, that's Shever Kaiser Olds Malak, a Stu Boyle Linka Baker from 1961 originally. And I can't tell if this is from 65 or 61. It was originally released on Dot Records, which we all know. Anybody that's into this earlier forms of music. The Shantays were on Dot Records. I have a guy who did the original Henrietta, who I can't think of his name, was on Dot Records. And I even have a 45 by the Robins called Smokey Joe's Cafe, which was a second issue on Dot. Their first one was, I believe, on Spark or something like that. One more to go here. I hope you guys enjoyed that rare treat. I don't know how many copies there are, but I ordered it on eBay last year. Final selection for tonight, trying to keep this under 30 minutes, is Old Moss Back by Jim Oertling and the Bayou Boys. I believe he was from Louisiana. This was originally on, I can never remember the name of the label, from 1965. Starts with an H. Anyway, this was originally released on a different label, and this is a early to mid 80s reissue label for rockabilly music. It's Old Moss Back.
Way down south among the cypress trees where the deep dark waters flow, there lives an old grandpa black bass all the old timers know. Old Moss Back busted many a mine, he done busted many a hole. Some say he's a ghost that can't be called, 'cause he never seemed to get old. No, he never seems to get old. Well, I found his hiding place one day, it was early in the fall. I crept up to it on my hands and knees, he didn't know I was there at all. Well, I baited him a line and a twitch of wrist, the baiting wind plunking on in. And with a great big splash and a mighty swirl, Old Moss Back had done it again. Old Moss Back had done it again. I'm gonna fish that bass till the day that I die, till the bayou stops to flow. And when I catch him, I'll spit in his eye, and I'm gonna let him go. Yes, I'm gonna let him go. Between Moss and I, he's never lost a fight. But he knows that I'll never let him rest, and he does it all for spite. I know fish has ever got the best of me, and old Moss thinks he's gonna win. 'Cause he busts one line and he breaks another, but I'm going back and try it again. Yes, I'm going back and try it again. I'm gonna fish that bass till the day that I die, till the bayou stops to flow. And when I catch him, I'll spit in his eye, and then I'm gonna let him go. Yes, I'm gonna let him go.
So that was Jim Oertling with Old Moss Back from 1965. It was originally on Hammond Records, and I've looked up Hammond. It's only a handful of records released on that. Jim Oertling was from Louisiana. He did two albums. He did 245s on Hammond, and then he went to a different label. And that's a rare rockabilly gem. I'm sure there aren't many copies out there. So I hope you enjoyed at 25 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this, let's call it a retrospective of rockabilly music. I've been collecting records for about 10 years. But I've been collecting rockabilly for probably 3 or 4 years. Even though I've known about it, I didn't know a lot about it. The funny thing is that I always liked early Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard and stuff like that. Oh, and Buddy Holly. I know that's not rockabilly, but Roy Orbison and different things like that. Rockabilly, early rock and roll. And I always said, it's too bad there's not more of this. There's plenty out there on 45s. Rockabilly as a style mostly died in the early 60s. But as you can hear from what I just played, there was some underground music that was still released. And then there was a resurgence in the 70s and the 80s, just like garage music, also just like surf music. But anyway, that's enough of that. I hope you guys have a great night or a great day, depending on what part of the world you live in. Shout out to Garner. Go check out his channel, HIOctane Reviews. Talks about garage, rockabilly. I've already explained it, but he talks about all the early music and shows the different records he has. And he also has this really good fanzine called Born Out of Time. So go over there, subscribe to him, and ask him about those PDF files. It's a little magazine he put together. And also go subscribe to Billy Hurst and support local businesses, even if they're not, or small businesses, even if they're not anywhere near you. Like I said earlier, I live kind of far away from that area. It's about 5.5 hours away. But I'm definitely planning on going to Riverbend Records as soon as possible. Hopefully sometime in the summer. So with that, I hope you enjoyed everything we talked about today. Got introduced to some new type of music, or just enjoyed the songs. Like and subscribe if you like. I'm not one of those people that's like, hey man, subscribe so I can get views. I just am doing this for fun. I love music. I've been watching the VC since 2013 to 2014. I've been making videos since about June or July of last year. And I've thoroughly enjoyed what I watched. Learned about a lot of great music from all different people. Go subscribe to Eric Weinbender. Mr. Hall of Fame, Brandon. I watch your videos all the time. Garner from what I said, HIOctane Reviews. Scott Waters from No Life Till Metal. I believe his channel is Scott Waters, though. Been following him for a long time. And channel 33 RPM from Canada. And all different kinds of people that are into all kinds of music. And I just really enjoy what I'm seeing. So, rock on. Music is an adventure. Never stop exploring. And rock on. God bless. Signing off.